Hey everybody, YuseiTheSynchroHero. Here we have a Yu battle. This time it's against Haar. And he has a Machamp and I have a Sharpedo, and I just have to switch out because of Dynamic Punch. Which I take, well, none at all because I block it with the Ghost typing, so. I forget about the Lumberry, that's why I went for the Will-O-Wisp because it's a double status inflicting Rotom or whatever. Just so they can't do anything, but that didn't work out and I lose my Ghost. So I have nothing to take on this thing's Dynamic Punch. Except maybe this thing, but maybe Gallade. I don't know. But anyways, I go for the substitute and he brings out Barugina, a dark flying type introduced in Gen 5. And let me tell you, she is bulky as crap. And yes, I'm calling it female because all of them are females. So just letting you know right now. So if you call this Barugina a he, then you are incorrect. Good sirs. So anyways, this turns to be kind of a Star War, but it was actually kind of an epic Star War. Yes, because we're playing Star Wars in Pokemon, because Switchblade is obviously a Jedi Knight. Okay, whatever, I don't freaking know. So anyways, this proves to be quite interesting because literally we're setting up and trying to predict what we're trying to do. So, and that thing has Toxic on it, so I had to try to make sure I use Substitute right when he uses Toxic, and that's exactly what happens. So here, it just goes for the Brave Bird and takes me down to half. And then I just go for another Drain Punch because I knew that if I didn't, he would just go for Roost and then the whole process would start over again. So that was just kind of weird how that turned out. So I wait for him to bring out his next Pokemon, and I think he brings out Azelf next. So yeah, I think that's alright because Azelf's not too much of a problem because I could take this thing out in one hit. So he goes for the Flamethrower, and I'm like, alright, well, that didn't do too much, so I go for the Night Slash and take it down. So yeah, that's 2 pokes down, and then he brings in Jolteon. I'm like, yep, I have to get out of here. So I go to my Steelix, my Gold Chain, if you remember him on that other team. So on that one team I had in one of my Pokemon Online battles. So he switches into Sharpedo to take the Toxic, I guess. I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting a wall to come in. But yeah, whatever. So Steelix takes the Waterfall like a champ. Not a Machamp though. The Machamp's going to be a problem. So I switch out to Altaria, and then it dies to the Poison, or actually Life Orb. Then he brings in this thing, Cresselia. And Cresselia, let me tell you, this thing becomes the most annoying Pokemon in this match. I am even more so than Machamp. So I go to Sharpedo, predicting a switch after I used Perish Song. So yeah, I knew I could take the Dynamic Punch because Sharpedo 10 has a Focus Sash. Being able to take one hit when it's at full health, that's what lead's usually going to have. So here, I was thinking of switching and thinking, okay, I'm just going to Waterfall, and then I forget about Bullet Punch. Well, either way, I was going to be he was going to be Death Fodder, but if I did get off that Aqua Jet successfully, then I would have ensured a KO, maybe, because I didn't want to risk not getting a KO with my next guy, my Terror King, but I do take it out, luckily. So that's great for me. That means the Machamp no longer can mess up my whole team. But he still has 2 pokes left, I think. Yeah, he has Cresselia left. And here I go to Gallade, and then I actually switch out because I actually made a mistake. I actually realized that I needed to go to Altaria to go for Parasong, but then I just see that the Cresselia is faster. Then I'm like, well, there goes that idea. I probably should have done that first. So, yeah. I go for the Toxic, and here I go for Dragon Tail, which hits the foe and switches them out. When this was an alright move, it just, I don't know. I think I should have just maybe attacked with a different move. Mostly because the Toxic would have done more damage as long as it stayed in. And that might have mattered in the end. So I go to my Terror King to take the Hidden Power. I know it can take one because it's not Stab. And I take it out with an Earth Power. So he has just Cresselia, and I have Gallade and Needle King. Now I go for the Fire Blast, which is the strongest move I have, and Earth Power wouldn't even work because of Levitate. Now this is the key moment of the match. So I go for the Substitute, hopefully stall out the Toxic long enough so that I can KO it with Night Slash for game. But guess what happens? E lives and my Gallade dies to Psychic. So yeah, he loses. So, and I pretty much lose. So that was one of the closest matches I've ever had, like ever, seriously. like, we were like both in the red. One hit would matter. So, yeah, that that one part with the Bergina and Galley, just with the over predicting and shit. That was epic, because it's like, oh, okay, who's gonna? Are you gonna substitute or not? I'm like, well, I don't know. Are you gonna freaking roost or toxic? I don't know. So it's like, we're just predicting each other up the butt, and this was probably one of the most epic matches I've had. So, yeah, with that in mind, if you like this battle, I guess, give me a thumbs up, I guess. I don't know. Like, thumbs up this video, give it a like, I guess. I really don't know. I really don't say that often, I guess. Like, leave a like or leave a comment. Definitely leave a comment. I love reading comments because they're awesome. And feedback is always awesome because, people have different perspectives on, like, what they think of the battle and stuff like that. And, all that good stuff. So, YuseiTheSynchroHero, signing out. Peace.